Good morning. You're looking in these images at London, Ontario, a neighborhood in the east end of that city, and the aftermath to an explosion late last night. Firefighters on the scene, police on the scene, first responders in large numbers hours after the explosion that destroyed homes. And you can see as we look at these pictures, they continue to put out hot spots in the aftermath to the explosion and fire that follow. Now, what we're hearing this morning as we begin on the story is confirmation from authorities that there are no deaths and no serious injuries as a result of what happened in that scene. But we have video to show you, first of all, of the immediate aftermath.
We heard the bang. We weren't sure what it was. Initially, I thought perhaps a train exploded because the tracks aren't too far from here. Pictures came off of our walls. The books came off of our bookshelf. And there was several other accelerants that you could hear going off, and you could hear almost like a siren sound, and we assume it's a propane tank or something that was going off.
What police say happened here is a vehicle crashed into a home in the city last night around 11 o'clock at night. They got the call. The initial investigation indicates the crash ruptured a gas line and the gas leak erupted in flames. A massive fireball, as you see in this video. At least one home is destroyed. Several others are badly damaged. And witnesses say the blast shook their homes and flames shot sky high.
I was just at home relaxing, and all of a sudden I felt my house shake and heard a loud noise.
As we were walking closer towards the house, it literally exploded. Debris everywhere, windows along the street shattering. We watched the roof fly higher than the trees on the street. The sound was immensely loud.
Some of the words there and the voices from people who live in the neighborhood who were awakened by that explosion as it happened late last night. Our reporter from our CBC London bureau is Hala Gonem, and she is there live, going to show us around, talk to people who are from the region, and get us as close as possible to the scene. Looks like the number of first responders still pretty extensive behind you, Hala, as we speak this hour.
It's a much more controlled scene than what we experienced last night. However, fire crews are still dealing with an active fire. As you can see behind me, here's the homes, the lineup of the 7 homes that caught fire last night. They're still being hosed down. You can see some smoke coming off the rooftops and the homes being hosed down here by fire crews. We have several trucks in the area and others that are blocking off the side streets here that have been closed down for the ongoing investigation. Now, police say they won't have a full report of the damages, not until full daylight, and we should be getting updates about possible charges involved in the incident within the hour. We know that a car crashed into a home that ruptured a gas line and caused the massive explosion. One woman was taken into custody last night.
So tell us a little bit more. I see that you're not alone there. I see someone just to the bottom corner of our screen, and we can get an eyewitness account, Hala, from people there.
Yeah, and I've chatted with some people milling about in the area, and this incident has left the community shaken. I'm joined here by Jamie Jack, whose home actually backs onto one of the impacted homes. Jamie, what did you hear last night?
I was just going to bed, and I heard like a boom and an explosion, and my microwave door came open, and I thought that it had exploded, and then my backyard was just like lit orange. And then I started screaming and yelling for my husband to wake up. And then within like 1 minute of this all happening, we looked out the window and the house was gone.
What did you do next? What did police tell you?
So they were going like door to door on Charlotte, telling everybody that they needed to evacuate for safety. So we were kind of standing on the opposite, like on the east end of the road. And then that was not safe anymore. So they just told us all to go down to Dundas. So we were just sitting around out there for a while. and then it got really cold. My family owns a business that I run up on Dundas Street, so we were just using it to go to the bathroom, and then we just decided like, let's just all go in there because at least it's warm.
And that's where you spent the evening?
Yeah, there's probably, I think, about 15 of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you in the area this morning? What are you waiting on?
So we're just waiting on finding out like if and when we can go back into our home. We have a cat that we like rescued with us. So last night we were like, where can you go with your cat? Stuff like that. We didn't know how long it would be. Some people have medication in their home. They have pets that they didn't get out. Most people are just like in their pajamas because it was so late at night. Yeah.
And as you know, many questions still remain. There's still a lot up in the air. Residents don't know when they're set to return. About 36 people have actually been told to leave their homes, and they're staying either at motels, a nearby community center, or even an emergency response unit that's opened up. Even some neighbors who've opened up their homes.
Okay, Hala, thank you so much. There on the scene for us and talking to people affected by this. Hala Goname in London, as we go back and show you again some of the ongoing emergency response. There was a briefing from first responders just a few minutes ago in London. Some of the details that they offered in terms of the mayor and the police chief and the fire chief, that there are about 100 homes that have been affected and evacuated in a multi-block area. 7 people in total were transported to hospital, 1 citizen, 4 firefighters, 2 police officers. The call just about 20 to 11 last night. Police arrived 2 minutes later, and that's it was about 12 minutes later when the explosion occurred. So the initial report of someone hitting a home and then the explosion about 12 minutes later. There is a woman who's in custody, and what police are saying is they hope to have further information about the investigation into the driver later this morning. There are also firefighters working with the Ontario Fire Marshal, expected to arrive today to try to determine the cause and the circumstances. Still about 20 firefighters on scene in London right now, 50 at the height of their response overnight. We'll have more from London, Ontario, as we continue to track the developments there.